With custodial being, what it is, we're kind of behind the scenes. People really don't see us that often. They just know when they come in the next day, everything's clean, everything's stocked, everything's done properly.
One of the things that I really like about working at Roanoke County is I get to come to work every day in an environment that's really clean. And while this may be something that we take for granted here at the county, that's certainly not always been the case at some of the other places that I've worked in my career. And the reason that we have such a nice and clean environment is we have a wonderful custodial staff who works really hard to make sure that we have that clean environment. And up here on the 4th floor of the administration building, that is done by Angela. And I usually get to see her more in the evenings when I'm getting ready to leave for the day, and she's just starting her day. And she comes in and just keeps the 4th floor looking really clean. And while many of our buildings are of different ages, and this floor in particular could use a little updating, from a style perspective, I know that it's always going to be nice and clean. And so I just really wanted to thank all of our wonderful custodial staff across the organization who do such a great job of giving us a nice, clean, and safe work environment. And this week during Custodial Workers Appreciation Week, we want to recognize their work. And I would encourage each of you, when you see your custodial staff in your space, to thank them for the great work that they do every day, year in and year out.
The main thing I like about it is once you get used to the buffer, and I like when the floors are clean and shiny.
It's very humbling at times to do this job. I think a few people come in and they're, especially the younger ones, they maybe are a little embarrassed, but it is a job nonetheless, and it's something that does have to be done. And I think when they do see other people keep upbeat, positive, it kind of rubs off, iron sharpening iron, and they realize, hey, what I am doing is important, because they couldn't open these doors if everything was nasty, dirty, if the grounds weren't kept up. There is a standard here at Roanoke County, and we do try to meet or exceed that standard.
Well, it just makes the entire work environment better for everyone, I think, because I know for me, I work better on my own in a different work setting as well as in my own house when everything's clean and I know where things are and things don't look dusty, because when things are dusty and when things are dirty and you notice something out of place that's wrong, I know for me, my mind just goes to well, now I have to stop everything I'm doing and get this one thing sorted, and then, oh no, something else is dirty. So just making sure there's no distractions, really.
On occasion, when I'm out there doing them, people come by and say, man, you're looking good, floors look good. And I say, hey man, thanks. I get that a lot, because where I am, those floors, people walk over them, some of them more than others. And when I go, and they never get in bad shape, because I don't let them get in bad shape. So when I do them, they tell me, hey, the floors look great. I say, yeah. I just take it like that, but I'm glad they noticed that,
Well, I enjoy working with Roanoke County for so many years, and I just love the people that works here. And it's just like a fun place to work for, and just can't leave.
It's a really nice place to work, honestly. I was in food service for about 1.5 years, and this was obviously a very different work area. But my bosses and the managers and the different people working around here in the buildings, as well as the other custodians, they're really, really nice. And if they need help, they ask you and they tell you hey, I have this thing I need you to do. So it's a good work environment with good communication that has been better than the other fields that I've worked in by far.
Roanoke County's a good place because the people are nice. If you got issues or problems, you can get in touch with one of them and they will try to help you in any way they can. So they're real good people.
Yes, I believe behind the scenes, they don't realize how many people get along, the camaraderie. A lot of my employees, they work an 8 to 5 job, and then they come in here and then they work another 4 or 5 hours. So a lot of my employees are working 14 hours a day. They keep a positive, upbeat attitude. It's a really good team here. They go behind each other. If somebody calls out sick, all of my employees are very loyal. They're really helpful, and they always reach out to other people, and they're always willing to help each other out.
Yes, I do. I enjoy it, because when people tell me I do a good job, then that really makes me feel good.
If you're looking for a job where you're appreciated, then I would suggest working for the county, at least in my experience. I don't feel judged by anything. I don't feel like anything is held against me, not that anything would be, but I feel like there's a good conversation that can be had between employee and with boss, as well as the work environment, it's really, really trusting. There's not a whole bunch of people breathing down your neck and telling you what to do and pointing you in different areas. But there's, you know, if you need help, you can text the boss or one of your other coworkers or call them. And within like 5 minutes, they'll be up there to help you, which is super, super awesome that they're willing to help you if you need it.
So I hope you've enjoyed hearing from some of our custodial staff. And again, I would just encourage you, when you see your custodial staff in your building, thank them for the great work that they do.